So there we go. That was our rest action. Let's see how we do. The danger level at Witch Hill is 1. Oh, good Lord. All right. Well, you know what? We're not going to have an encounter this round, so it's that Void Hound thing. Remember, when we draw your current space, because the Void Witch has the weakness Void Stalker, we are jumped by a Void Hound. Now, we succeeded. There's no encounter, no danger. So there's simply a, I think it says during the encounter phase. I've done this before. Let's see. When you draw a danger card that reads your current space, you must fight the Void Hound along with any other monsters that attack, and it always targets you. Yeah, all right. So, and also, by the way, we're supposed to set it aside rather than put it in the discard pile. Should have learned that by now. He's going to keep coming back. And frankly, I'm okay with this because he's just bringing us a little bit of experience points. Void Hound. All right, the Void Hound always targets the Void Witch. We will begin with, in Assault Stance, the Fugitive Fop, using Tranquilizer Darts. So if our attack roll is a 7 or 8, the Void Hound will be dazed, and his attack will only be a 3. Actually, do we want, no, throwing knives. Actually, it says a throwing knives with the Deadeye shot. That offers a lot of flexibility. However, the weighted pistol, penetrating a point of armor and having tranquilizer darts, that's what we're going to go with. So here we go, and a perception of 8 is a successful hit for 6 points of damage. We unfortunately killed the Void Hound. All right, take that, Void Hound. You'd think it would learn. That is 2 points of experience and 2 points of gold. We would lower the danger level. Unfortunately, there's no danger level because this is the first combat of this round. There is no danger level of 0. If we had been in a settlement, the danger level would flip to a town level. Unfortunately, there's no town on Witch Hill. Don't be crazy. However, we do get a loot roll. So the loot roll of 2. The Void Hound had nothing in its pockets. All right, our work securing Witch Hill for the caravan is done here. Let's now move on further into the Witchwood in cautious stance onto this path between Witch Hill and Gutfish Ford. Oh, which will... Oh, no, it won't finish. I was mistaking that for an Explorer token. We need an Explorer token here and here. Oh, shoot a monkey. Here's what I didn't realize. Your current space, the whole point of drawing the card. This goes to a 2 when we draw it. Now that we beat the Void Hound, it goes back down to a 1. So that worked out well. Let's now draw for the Witchwood is a danger level of 4. The 1 is a horrible draw against a 4. We failed our danger level because it has a noose. If this had been a law space, we would draw from the law deck. But it is not. Actually, we would also compare it to our bounty, which is 2. Oh, shoot, I forgot. We were going to bring the aristocrat to the East Bridge. I can do that later, especially once I explore all these paths, I can more quickly get down there. That's my bad. All right, so we are going to have to deal with this danger card. Also, Fishmonger Camp, which is down here, goes up to a 4. We're going to fight 2 monsters. No big deal. We can take 2 monsters and there will be no encounter. 2 lowlands monsters, which gets us that much closer to shuffling all those knights into the deck. The first is, oh hello, a Vampire Duchess. She's undead. She's of course a witch, a member of a cult. She has Curse, which will take luck away if we fail a magic check. She goes onto the player with the highest constitution, which will be the Fishy Confectioner, who's only got a point of luck. And look at that drain. When she inflicts wounds by successfully attacking with a 4, she'll heal up 2 points of damage. All right, with the highest constitution, our Fishy Confectioner has attracted the attention of a Vampire Duchess. We also have, along with the Vampire Duchess, the Grave Robber. I think we ran into, what was it, a Grave Ghoul or something? Maybe it was this guy we ran into. Oh, look at his little pig. Why does a Grave Robber have a pet pig? All right, Skirmish is bad news. If we don't kill this Grave Robber on the first round, which, what is that, 4 hit points? Looks like it's easy enough. If we don't kill him, he's going to run off and raise the danger level in this area, which we don't want him to do. It's a 4. We don't want it to be a 5. Now, fortunately, we'd win the battle, so we would drive it back down to a 4. I love that he's got a pig. Why is the grave robber running around with a pig? I mean, pigs normally, what do they sniff out truffles, right? So maybe this pig sniffs out corpses. It's a corpse pig. All right, lowest morale is our fishy confectioner, right? 6 and 6, yeah. All right. So the fishy confectioner has got these, the vampire and grave robber. We've got a curse, so it's a magic check. Magic check of 7, or the fishy confectioner does not lose his luck. Starting with the fugitive fop. So let's see. We're not. Let me try these throwing knives. If you hit with an attack, which is likely to happen, it's rolling off of our agility. You inflict damage equal to your lowest attack die or your highest power die. Then, if you hit with it, you can attack again without a power die. And rolling against 8s, I think that's worth doing, especially with the Deadeye shot, although we only get 1 quick action per turn. So the Deadeye shot could manipulate the first attack, but since the second attack is a quick action, we won't be able to use the Deadeye shot's quick action. Let's try it. Yeah, let's just see how this goes. I'm sure I could math this out and deduce whether or not it's more effective than the pistol. So the pistol would penetrate armor, but grave robbers don't have armor. So here we go, the throwing knives against the fugitive fop's agility of 8. All right, so let's see. We could swap. I'm not sure it will matter. So we inflict damage equal to the lowest attack die or the highest power die. Oh, it's moot because I just killed it. All right, the grave robber will not be skirmishing. He will not be running off and raising the danger level. So that was the fugitive fop. Let's now see. Oh, 8 hit points. Now that Vampire Duchess is pretty tough. The Void Witch using the sacrificial dagger against the Vampire Duchess, rolling against her agility of 8. In assault mode. She succeeds and does 5 points of damage. Now the sacrificial dagger only triggers if a monster is destroyed. And then finally the fishy confectioner will of course guard with his agility of 7, attack with his strength of 7, and add the power die to defense. Can we eat? No, these are all humans. If the gourmet skill had been upgraded, we would be able to eat any of these things that we killed. We don't have any wounds though. That is successful defense against 5, which he only attacks with a 4, and a failed attack. And that was the fishy confectioner's guard. All right, backing up, we're going to actually have, because they both have a perception of 8, we're going to have the Void Witch attack first. Using the sacrificial dagger with her agility of 8, she succeeds, 6 points of damage kills it, and because it's a sacrificial dagger, she heals a point of damage. The Witchwood is now reduced in danger to a 3. We have 1 experience, 2 gold for the fugitive fop. That puts her at 9 experience and 20 gold. Wait till you guys see what's going to happen when I roll into Gutfish 4. It's going to be beautiful. I'm going to spend a ton of this gold. The Vampire Duchess is 2 experience and 1 gold. The loot rolls are a 1 for the fugitive fop and a 2 for the Void Witch. No loot. 2 fewer cards in the Lowlands Lowlands monster deck. All right, we moseyed up here. We didn't have an encounter card drawn, but we did fight those bad guys. We are now going to rest in bold stance because we want to explore. Mandatory recovery actions. So that's a morale check. If she fails, she's demoralized. For sleeping outdoors, she doesn't fail. The Void Witch, no matter what she rolls, will heal up this last point of damage. Look how she's just absolutely ebullient. The Fishy Confectioner also succeeds, but didn't have anything to heal up. Oh, did I violate? No, we rested, and I didn't. This detained was sitting there. I think they should have been removed, right? Yeah, I think I just didn't take it off of them when we rested. All right. So now we want to explore this path. That is a perception check using an 8. Fugitive fop rolls. Oh, good lord, that's the worst. No, we'll be resting here for another turn. Let's pick some herbs. It'll be nice to have the witchweed. That's a perception of 8 for the Void Witch. We failed to find herbs. Let's see, can we spend anything with 9? Oh, we can't improve the Deadeye Shot, of course, because it's our dilettante skill. Is this performance worth flipping over? It gets us gold when we're in a settlement. This allows us more, and it's a roll against agility, magic, or strength. At mastery level, it gets you more gold if you're in an explored town. Let's see, is there anything else, though, that I want to get? If I flip up Dilettante, I can put 3 skills on it. Oh, and this Transmute is the other recommended suggested skill. Transmute just lets us discard items and get gold for them. I'm not sitting on a bunch of items that I don't want, so I'm in no hurry to get Transmute. Let's actually upgrade Dilettante. So that cost us 6, from 9 down to 3. And now we can put 3 skills on the Dilettante card. A Bold Rest in a danger area of 3. We draw. So we successfully evaded any danger and encounters. However, the Hell Pit, which is way up there in the northeast, that goes from a 5 to a 6. This whole area is bad news. And that's kind of how the games tend to unfold, is the Badlands tend to be more welcoming to the Hand of Doom. We're going to Bold Rest again. We've got to explore this path. So recovery rolls, we have to do one here to see if she's demoralized for sleeping outdoors. She is not. And anybody else? So recovery. Let's explore. Perception check of 8. Oh, good lord. The Witchwoods are notoriously hard to explore. Therefore, we can't do a pick herbs. Oh, whoops. That pick herbs that I failed last round, I couldn't have done anyway because it was explored. So if I'd had witchweed, I would have put it back. If I had had and used witchweed, I would have given myself the wounds back. Let's see, nothing else we can do here. No point spending anything on improving. So that was a rest. We draw to see how we did there. Let's see, so this is going to be an encounter. The Watchtower goes from a 1 to a 2. We will draw an encounter card. We will fight 3 monsters. All right, the encounter card in the lowlands. It will be a mysterious fountain, but we will deal with this after combat. So let's set that aside. Let's draw 3 monsters. That leaves 1 more in the deck before we start adding, before we shuffle the knights in. We have a Wolfman. He needs new pants. What is he carrying? Oh, no, he was chained. He's escaped. Pursue, meaning we can't run away, which we actually can do because we have this night cloak. Onslaught means if you're defending, his attack is a 6 instead of a 5. And he goes on to the character with the lowest perception, which, guess what? Fishy Confectioner. A Moon Witch. Curse. She will summon something if she lives through the first round. Venom means she will poison you, which reduces your constitution and therefore your hit points. Her attack of 4. And she's got, what is that, 6 hit points? Yeah. And she goes to the highest magic, which is, of course, our Void Witch. And then finally, a Vampire Thrall. Skirmish, again, he runs away and raises the danger level if he survives the first round. And he goes on to the character of the lowest constitution, which is our Void Witch. So is the bigger danger the Moon Witch summoning something, or the Vampire Thrall running off and raising the danger level? Of course it is the Vampire Thrall running off and raising the danger level. If the Moon Witch summons someone, hey, that's just that much more experience for us. So the Fugitive Fop will use... It would be nice to tranquilize that Wolfman. Oh, which would actually be difficult. We have to weaken it first. So the Fugitive Fop, it has no armor. Let's again try the trick with the throwing knives against the Vampire Thrall. So we're going to roll against an agility of 8. Here's our power die. We can use the lowest of either of these or this die. And if we hit, we can then roll these 2 again. So here we go, rolling against an 8. Failed. Big time. All right. The Void Witch will guard. Should I actually go all out and try to assault it? I mean, I have to do 5 points of damage. Yeah, I think we're just going to have to let it run off. Now, it will raise the danger level, but if we win this combat, which we're likely to do, he's going to run off but get a replacement. We'll lower it again. All right, so basically, he's ruining our gains for this battle. So here's her magic roll for the Mystic Shield. Oops, here's her defense roll, and this die goes to it. We have incoming. Oh, we didn't do her curse. All right, so against a magic of 9, she does not lose a point of luck. All right, so where was it? Yeah, so Wrath. All right, so where were we? A defense with her agility of 8, with the power die, and a magic roll to power the Mystic Shield. The defense blocks 5, which, yeah, that's what's coming in, and the magic roll fails. And now the Fishy Confectioner, who's just standing against... there's no point in him being in assault mode, because that, unless he's wanting to use the Spiked Maul to punch through armor. We all know wolfmen don't run around wearing armor. So there is his agility of 7, his strength of 7. Failed attack, successful defense, but only intercepts 3 points of damage. Because it has onslaught and we are guarding, his attack is 6, therefore 3 points of damage applied to the Fishy Confectioner. And on to the next round. All right, oh no, so a couple things at the end of the round. This guy runs off, what a coward. The Witchwood is restored to a 4 danger level. And the Moon Witch summons the last remaining card in the Lowlands monster deck. Oh, a Ghoul Troll. What a weirdo. 10 hit points. Causes fear. This is going to be painful. An attack of 6. Goes after the character with the highest constitution. So that is our Fishy Confectioner. Now, fear is party-wide, right? Everybody in the party has to roll against fear. Roll a morale or stunned until the end of the turn. Shoot. Yeah, well, Moon Witch, if you're going to summon someone, that's the way to do it. All right, our fear rolls as this guy arrives. A morale check. Fortunately, her morale is 8. She succeeds. She is not stunned. The Void Witch's morale is 6. She succeeds, is not stunned. Fishy Confectioner morale of 6. Man, we just simply aren't scared of ghoul trolls. I mean, you know, they put on a good show, but I can see right through that. All right, so let's go back to the Fugitive Fop. Here we go. Using the throwing daggers. There's the attack. There's the power die against... that ghoul troll is a problem. But if I take out the Moon Witch, that will free up the Void Witch to start doing assaults over here. I really wish the Fishy Confectioner had some better defensive item like a shield. So the Fugitive Fop is going to try her throwing knives trick on the Moon Witch. Let's see how this works. Remember, the lowest attack die is the damage or the power die, and if we hit, we can roll the attack dice again. Oh, good lord. Well, you know, you got it. She just got him. She's still new with him, a little inexperienced. She needs practice. We are trying to get, actually, do we want to bother with the Mystic Shield? Yeah, let's not, we don't want her to take damage. We are in guard mode, defending against a 4. Also, actually, if she does damage, that venom will lower her constitution. The defense succeeds with a 4. The magic shield gets 3 points on it. It was a guard, and now the Fishy Confectioner's guard. Attack 7, defense 7, this. So the Ghoul Troll's coming in with a 6, so... And he's going to be healing himself. All right, so our defense succeeded against 4 points of damage, so the Ghoul Troll... Oh, this is a 6 as well, dagnabbit. So we took 4 points of damage, all told. So from a 3 to a 7. I guess the Fishy Confectioner's defense is his hit points. We did succeed. Oh, I didn't say who I was attacking. I would fight. I didn't. Who would I have attacked? I'll just go randomly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm attacking the Wolfman with 4 points of damage. I mean, really, I should be punching the Ghoul Troll to get him out of the way. No, they're both 6s, actually. So get the Wolfman out of the way first. He has fewer hit points. He won't be healing himself up. All right, that was that round of combat. Going on to the next round. Let's try those throwing daggers again. I'm sure we're going to get this to work sooner or later. Let's use it on the Moon Witch. We're awfully close to killing that Wolfman. And the Void Witch does have her Mystic Shield up. Let's go for the Wolfman. Throwing daggers on a Wolfman against an agility of 8. Finally hit. So we can use the power die or the lower of these 2 dice. The 6 will actually kill the Wolfman before we would have gotten to do this and roll again. But the Wolfman is now dead. So check this out. The Void Witch can just sit here and anchor, basically, Mez, would it be, it's crowd control, right? She sits there and just keeps pumping points into the Mystic Shield until we handle this. So she's kind of just holding the Moon Witch down, right? I mean, worst case scenario, she takes 1 point of damage this round. Okay, so here's her defense. The power die goes with the defense. Agility of 8. We're rolling off a magic of 9 to put up more wounds on the Mystic Shield. We successfully defended, against 2 points of damage, which means we take 2 points of damage, which means this goes down to a 1, and we put the 5 wounds on here, which puts it up to 6 wounds total, right? Am I using that correctly? Let me verify. Place magic test wounds, magic test was a 5. On this card, it can have no more than 9. While there are counters on the card, if you would take a wound, you can remove the counter. Remove all counters at the end of the fight. Oh, or if you become stunned or suppressed. Glad I read all the way to the end. So, not many things suppress you. I think there's a monster ability called Nullify. So if a Nullify does damage to her, but how is that going to get damage through a powered up shield anyway? All right, anyway, the point is this Mystic Shield is great. So no damage inflicted on the Moon Witch, of course, but now the Fishy Confectioner is guarding against the Ghoul Troll. So that's, its attack is 6. The Fishy Confectioner is rolling 7s all around. Well, and one of the things you can do in this game, the escape action lets you basically duck out of the battle. And this allows a magic or perception check to escape. Yeah, if anybody starts getting really hurt, like in this situation, if the Fishy Confectioner needed to duck out to avoid dying, he could do that relatively. No, he's still rolling against a 7. Well, at any rate, we're not running off yet. Here we go. Successful defense intercepts all the damage. A successful attack does 5 points of damage. And I believe the ghoul drain only heals if the ghoul inflicts wounds. Is that correct? Yes, the drain only works if the monster inflicted wounds, and that only applies at the end of the round. Next round, starting with the Fugitive Fop's attack, let's use the throwing knives on the Ghoul Troll. Oh, and I keep forgetting the Deadeye shot. No, I don't. Actually, I'm doing fine with it. That's a successful hit. There are 4s all around, so it's going to do 4 points of damage, which takes this from 5 to 9. And because it's a successful hit, we can re-roll these as a quick action against an agility of 8, which is a miss. That's okay. Now the Void Witch will... I feel silly continuing to power this when it's got 6 on it. Let's do it. With an agility of 8, her defense intercepts all the damage. She puts 5 tokens on this, which just puts it at its max of 9. And now the Fishy Confectioner. I sure would like to kill this thing and avoid damage. Failed the defense with a 1, also failed the attack. So the Fishy Confectioner takes 5 points of damage, which goes from 7 to 12. And the drain then reduces this from 9 to 7. There, right. So those and those. All right. Next round. Assault with the fugitive fop, using the throwing daggers on the ghoul troll. It just seems like the throwing daggers, if something doesn't have armor and doesn't need to be tranquilized, the throwing daggers just give us lots of options. That is a successful hit. We can use the power die. It kills the ghoul troll. The Void Witch might as well assault, because there's no way anything is going to happen with this Mystic Shield. There's her defense. There's the power die. These are rolling against 8s. The defense intercepts all the damage. The attack misses egregiously. And now the Fishy Confectioner can assault against the Void Witch with a Spiked Maul, using a 7, 5 points of damage. Almost kills the Moon Witch. Did I call it a Void Witch? That's not what it is. It's a Moon Witch. This is the Void Witch. That's the Moon Witch. Witch versus Witch combat. So sad. Witch on witch violence. Fugitive Fop. Throwing knives on the Void Witch. No, Moon Witch. Watch your targets. Check your targets. There's 2 witches fighting. Be sure to attack the right one. That's a success. Kills the Moon Witch. All right, so the danger level goes up and then down. So the guy escaped, so now it goes back down to 3. We have here 4 points of experience. So from 3 to 7. And, oh no, I think you can exchange gold freely at any time. Is it during a map action? Let me just check the exchange. Because I think I can jigger this gold around to make sure everybody gets all the gold just by distributing it. I mean, it's silly if you can't do that. Let me just check. Adventurers in the same party may exchange items and gold pieces with each other freely during the map action phase. This was not that. This was the danger phase, encounter phase. At any rate, it's not the map action phase. Arrest action during combat, you must... That implies to me that we are going to have to lose the excess gold. It also implies to me that, this is a little lame, that we should be, during a map action, min-maxing who has how much gold. So, I think in the spirit of how fast and loose the game plays with exchanging, let's assume, and from now on I'll have to watch this, that we are leveling out each character's gold as we play. Is that too cheesy? I mean, I want all my gold. Is that greedy? So she would have gotten 3 gold. She can only carry 1 more. So let's pretend that 2 of them were handed over here previously. And we get no gold for the Void Witch, but 2 experience points. A loot roll of 4. I like the odds there. We get loot, and a loot roll of 2. We don't get loot. So the loot for the fugitive fop... Oh, good lord. Oh, shoot a monkey. Ugh.